All right, champ chase time. Going to do both the free-to-play and the main. I am going for efficiency on this one. I think 2-time sacreds are a horrible time to do a champ chase because you're not getting 500 points per sacred shard. You're only getting 250 for every epic you pull, and you may not pull anything but an epic. So the rates are horrible. So I feel like that's twice in these recent fusions where we've had the champ chase be 2-time sacred. Sucks. Maybe that's just random. Maybe they're just smart to try and screw us on our efficiency of our sacred shards. But I'm not falling for it. So this is the main. You'll see I have 2,858 points. I did the 3 epics, and I made Broadmaws and Relic Keepers on this account to get to 2,858. So I only need a handful, a minuscule 642 points. I think I'm actually going to do that through mostly Ancients, but I'll pull 1 Sacred just to take a shot at Raphael. So, but you know, if you want to add cool champs to an account today, like I'm hopefully going to do, you can click the link in the description below. Add Narma to your account. Great start for Clan Boss. You also get the best epic in the game, Uugo, Mausoleum Mage, and Anax as you progress. Just follow 4 steps. Step 1, log out of player and play on the PC and uninstall. Step 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Step 3, launch a raid and complete the tutorial. And step 4, go to your inbox. Narma's sitting there waiting for you. Enter the code Desert Queen, add yourself a 2 Anax, who's a great champ, and log in for 7 days, grab Michelangelo. Crazy start to raid. All right, let's go pull some shards. So as I said, I am going to pull Ancients, I think, but I don't need that many points. And there is a 10 times for Raphael, which means I have no chance, 0 chance to get him because I have to pull Legendary and then also have the 10 times proc. Just not going to happen. But just for the fun of it, let's go ahead and pull 1 and we'll take our token shot at Raphael and not get him. All right, there's an epic. That's 250 points. Okay, I need 392 points out of my rares. So let's go. So I only need 392 more points on this account, and there is champ training left, so I could use some of those. But we'll do a 10 pull of Ancients. Hopefully we get 1 epic. 1 epic, 1 epic, not a 2 times. So I might just see a sea of blue here. But give me 1 epic, 1 epic! No, not 1 epic. So that was abysmal 100 points. We'll pull another 10 of those. More sea of blue. Oh, there we go. 2 epics. All right. We have overclubbed it. So that is 580 points. So if I log that in Trust Spreadsheet, keyboard not working. That gets me a Husk and an Achak. This is the main account, so I really don't need them. But those are actually 2 very good epics. So Husk is, I mean, there's so many max HP champs that have kind of watered him down. But I have 3 Husks built on this account because he brings his A3 is actually useless. Don't ever use it. His A2, though, brings the enemy max HP hit with the AoE stun, and he's got a provoke on the A1. So he brings control, and he brings a nice max HP hit. And he's a different affinity than like Royal Guard, so there's times when Husk is definitely a better choice. And then Achak brings a freeze or HP burn depending on the enemy. Most times that's a freeze, AoE freeze, and in Spiders it's an AoE freeze, and you can control the enemy. And then on his passive, he's bringing HP burns. He heals enemies under HP burns and fills turn meters anytime an enemy in a freeze takes a turn. So he's actually making your team better through his passive, and he's got a block debuffs and a strengthen. So yeah, Achak's a really good champ. So I don't use him anymore in the main, but I definitely, when I was progressing, used him a lot. So that bought me the time I needed to come to Champ Chase and see the results. So it is an interesting choice. I will finish the Legendary then, the Fusion. And I could save him. You have to pull that fusion before the clock expires on this. So I could pull him during this champ chase, and I've got 3788 points. I've got 1 more epic to fuse. That'll put me at about 4,000. And I can pull the champ to get the legendary book. I'll probably do that because I'll get the 500 points. I'll get a legendary book, and I'll stop there. That's another 1,000 points to get up here. This is the main account, though, and these guys are pretty low. Shredder is not that exciting to me, and I've seen these things come down to a crazy people just using a ton of points in the last hour, last top 5 minutes, and you just got to pull champ after champ. So I don't know that Shredder's motivating enough for me to burn shard after shard just trying to stay ahead of these guys. But to pick up the Lego book. Why not? Because I don't believe it will be a PR CVC coming up on Tuesday, Wednesday. So our clan tries not to score points in a non-PR, so we get better PR matchups. So I don't really want the 30,000 points in CVC. So I think I'll pull the 500 and get the legendary book here. But we got the champ that we needed at least, which does get me on this account. I am now 1 away, and I still have to do the gear enhancement, which I have 6 hours left to do. So as long as I don't screw around for too many hours on that, pick that up, the main will be done. So, hey, efficient use of shards, I'd say, right? 20 ancients, 1 sacred, and champ chase done. Let me go get the free-to-play. All right, free-to-play similarly is already at 2,678 points out of the 3,500. I had got the 3 epics from the fusion. I made Broadmaws, Relic Keepers, and 3 Rosin epics. I still use Rosin as my fusion champ chase, so I have not done Rosin for the Romantu fusion. I'll get Romantu at some point, but honestly, man, that's 3 more epics on this champ chase. 750 champ chase points. So for a free-to-play, man, I've made so many epics out of here. I've now tapped out. I can't make any more, but you can see, well, basically, you can see how many of these epics I have from making these through Rosin. So, you know, boy, I at this point, I'm not willing to give that up. I should get Romantu, but I'm just enjoying getting the points. All right, so on this one, I will once again take the token. Let's take one shot at Raphael, get my epic. Oh, we got gold. What do we get? Come on. We got the Bambus Panda. I honestly don't know how I feel about that. That is new, so I think that's good. Yeah, it's not the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, but we all knew that wasn't going to happen. And we got gold, which there was really no shot that was going to happen, right? So I have to be... I mean, shard luck on this account's been really good on both my... So he brings a passive... he's a really complicated kit, so I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, but he's got this interesting sleep thing going on where he puts himself to sleep and he moves debuffs around, and you know, he's got a chance for increased accuracy, increased attack on all allies. Then he's got enfeeble on a target enemy, which pretty much makes them useless. Decrease accuracy on all enemies. He's got a shield buff, increases duration of all buffs on all allies, so he's a buff extender, which these days it seems like we can use those all over the place with Wixwell teams and others. So after attacking, 75% to decrease the duration of all enemy buffs. So he's helping you, he's decreasing theirs, can land that on a weak hit, so his affinity doesn't hurt him. Increases the value of shield buffs on all allies by 2 turns, which is interesting. That's not enough to do the Wixwell grow the shield thing. So you still need Wixwell for that, or Brogni is a backup, for that. This shield growth won't be a replacement for those guys. Then puts himself to sleep, like I said. And on the A1, he's got a decreased speed on a single target. All enemies instead, if the initial target's under 2 or more debuffs, so some RNG there, especially if you're trying to run stuff on auto, you can do an AoE decrease speed. So speed manipulation, shields, increases duration of buffs, decreases duration of enemy buffs, increase accuracy, increase attack, enfeeble, decrease accuracy. It's a lot going on in that kit. He's a pretty interesting champ, as I said. I don't see him used that much in a lot of content, so he's kind of one of those cool kit, but just hard to make use of him. But for Skinwalkers, as far as a faction, I think it's not a faction I don't know that I really needed help in, did I? So Skinwalkers for me is already at 58. I do have both the rabbit in that faction, and then Razelvarg and Bolent. These 2 have carried me through stage 21. I just don't have anybody built to go with him because none of these other champs are really that exciting. So he actually could get built just to get to level 50 for now and just support that team, because I think these 2 will kill the boss. I just need enough people to keep the rest of the team alive in the faction. So he's definitely interesting from there. All right, that leaves me 300 points behind. I am tempted to pull another Sacred just because, man, I got 1 gold. Why not? All right, we got our epic. And it's Lady Quillen, who is probably not too exciting to talk about. So that leaves me 72 behind. I will switch to... I probably should just save that for Champ Chase, actually. But we might as well just see if we get lucky. That's 62. 52. We've got plenty of ancients. This will be 42. All right, come on. We got a shot. We could still get something out of this. 32. All right, could just get all rares. All right, I'll stop there because I can do the rest through champ training. Let me just take a look at the champ chase on this one because we should similarly on this one then be in the same position where I'll pull the legendary and I'll get one more epic fuse. So one more epic will put me at 3750. That's 4250. I'll be about 250 points short of the legendary book. So I'll probably pull, you know what? Maybe I just go pull one more sacred now. Or, you know what? Let's just do a 10 pull of it. Just give me one epic so I don't get all rares. Come on. One epic. One epic. We didn't get an epic. We got tons of ancients. Let's just go till we get an epic. All right. There's our epic. So that will get me... Oh, we got gold. Holy crap. Corvus the Corruptor. Wow. Man, I can't believe. Seriously. 2 gold. That is crazy. I mean, I was nowhere near Mercy. All right. Corvus the Corruptor is actually... He's a really good champ. So, interestingly, he's another champ. A 2-time AoE hitter. The first hit increases the duration of all enemy debuffs by 1 turn. And the second hit increases the duration of all ally buffs. So in those Wixwell teams, you've got a champ now that will increase the duration of your buffs, but also increase the duration of debuffs. So if you got poison out there, particularly in somewhere where poison's more effective, like the clan boss, you know, he's increasing the duration of those poisons while also increasing the duration of your buffs. So he brings more utility than just some of the other increased duration of buffs champs out there. And then he also throws in a double AoE with a chance, 75% champ books to 100 of place 2 poisons for 2 turns, brings the poison sensitivity as well if they have 2 or more poisons on them. And then decreased attack on the A1, you get less damage when from enemies who are under poison, up to 25% less damage. And he's got a defense of all battles aura. So that's a good kit. He could actually place into one of those like Titus-based teams with Wixwell, or he can just be used as a poison damage dealer. Combine him with like Zavia and Tomb Lord on my account. He can also be helped use for a poison explosion type team. So that's a crazy pull. I mean, that's a lot more points than I was planning on getting too. Wow. Two legendaries. That is just crazy. So that puts me at 4,408. I'm only 100 away. I've got one more epic to make and the legendary to pull. That would be 750. That puts me at 5,200 points. I'm only a few hundred away from these. So maybe by the end of the weekend, I go pick up these mythical materials. So, wow. Great session. So I hope you guys had luck. I am extremely happy with that one. So efficient use on the main, 2 gold. Crazy. And 2 champs that are new and usable. Man, great session. I hope you had great. I hope you're doing well. Have a great day.